Tom Clark's 6M podcast is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show. Hey, what is up? Welcome to Tom Clark's 6M podcast. I'm your host, Tom Clark. And on this episode, I'm joined by co-hosts Phil Lindsey and Nathan Workman. The buddy cop film. It's a classic, man. I don't know what red-blooded American man out there does not love the cop film, the cop TV show. I won't show my age and say Starsky and Hutch. I won't do it. You can't make me. But in terms of the movies, 48 Hours, Lethal Weapon, I mean, God knows how many others, a plethora of buddy cop films. I mean, dude, they're still making those movies, man. It could be argued that that's one of the formulas that I don't know about always work. You're going to get crappy films no matter what happens, right? But it's a tried and true formula, kids, I guess is what my point is here. So yes, we're talking about a buddy cop film here today. And as far as buddy cop films go, this thing is pretty darn good, pretty darn great, actually. We're talking about Rush Hour, 1998. Yes, it's been that long. I cannot believe it's been that long. As each day goes by, I get older. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't ask for it. I want it to end. Nathan, tell me it will end. I will stop aging at some point. Because again, I didn't sign up for this. Whose idea was this? This is utterly ridiculous.
I've got a theory, Tom.
Let's hear it.
You know, like the whole idea about the archetype of the fat guy that, you know, is bumbling, stumbling, unsuccessful, but has like some type of a charm to him and ends up getting the breaks, you know, the John Candy thing, and everybody loves to love him. That entire genre of film, I think, is basically what the buddy cop is. It's like, we know that somebody like that you wouldn't want to have in your family, and they're not fun or exciting like that, but there's this like whole archetype of like, they could be, you know, they could be that fun uncle, they could be that fun relative or whatever else. It's not like just complete screw up all the time. But, you know, with buddy cop films, it's like, hey, this is what we would love police to be like, but we know they're not. But it's a nice fantasy.
I know, right? Yeah.
Are you saying that buddy cop films are propaganda?
I think it are. I think it's exactly right.
Propaganda. I like it. Coin it.
No,
Damn,
I think that word
that
absolutely existed before I said it. I've seen it online.
So it brings up an interesting point, because like one of the tropes in these cop films, these buddy cop films too, is like oftentimes one is the straight-laced guy like 48 Hours, and one is the comic relief, and it's the captain's always mad at both of them. He's always ticked off, and he's yelling at them to get out of his office. His tie's always loosened around his neck. He's sweating buckets. It's the same formula all the time. You're going to make me bag on this movie before we even get started. But that's what I'm doing. That's what we do. We deconstruct here, kids. We deconstruct. Phil, when's the last time you've seen Rush Hour?
I haven't seen it in probably about a year.
Really?
I've seen it recently. I used to have it on DVD. When Rush Hour came out, it was hot. It was one of the hottest things out. I mean, the soundtrack was great. This was 98. This was me, I believe, still in elementary school.
Oh, you suck.
Yeah, no, the soundtrack was great. This had the Drew Hill record on it that I liked. They had the Jay-Z song on there that I cannot repeat the lyrics on this podcast too.
So yeah, it's one of those things where, again, a lot of tropes here, and honestly, I haven't seen Rush Hour. It's been longer than a year, man. It's been longer than a year. I haven't seen this movie in forever, and honestly, I've probably forgotten a lot of it. This is going to be an experience for me. It'd be like watching it maybe for the first time again. Nathan, when's the last time you've seen this movie?
I mean, this is like one of those perennial TBS specials that plays around Thanksgiving that you just kind of get sucked into. I'd say it's probably been a year or so for me too. But Phil, yeah, I was looking at the Rush Hour soundtrack here. I know that you mentioned it. It has Ja Rule before he got absolutely decimated by 50 Cent in that beef.
Yeah. Fun
Remember when he
story.
was a star?
Fun story. So the Can I Get a Record, that was supposed to be Ja Rule's record. And the story is that Jay heard it and he was like, "No, I gotta have that. Let me have that." And so it ended up being not just his song on this soundtrack, but it ended up going on Jay-Z's third album, Hard Knock Life, and it was one of the singles on that album.
Wow.
But
We've
that
covered-
is also one of Ja Rule's claims to fame is this song. Because it was originally supposed to be Ja Rule's song.
Man, we've talked about rap beef here on the 6M Kids. Believe that. Go find it. It's in the archives.
At one point, I think Ja was kind of salty about that. That was like, because this ended up being a big hit, but I think Ja ended up fine after. It's not like Ja had a bad career after Can I Get It. I think he blew up a lot bigger after that record. Actually, I mean, before 50 Cent came along, Ja was like a draw. Like he absolutely had his own fan base separate from a lot of rappers.
Yeah, I acknowledge that he had a fan base similar to how like BTS and some of these other groups have a fan base.
BTS.
Like,
I just
it's not for me, but I get that other people like it.
I think the way that Irv Gotti put it was perfect is that when he was in an era where he was standing next to a guy like Jay-Z and DMX, you couldn't come out and say you were a tough guy. You couldn't say like, you couldn't come out and make hard rap next to those guys because you weren't going to stand out. Those guys were just that much better than you. So he had to pick a lane, and I think he picked the lane that worked for him.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I've as we get started, I'm already having audio issues because this is how things roll in my world. Tech issues all the freaking time. So kids, in case you don't know,
you having audio issues with the movie itself?
No, so full disclosure, kids, I've got an AirPod in one ear and headphones on for the actual podcast. And because I don't want to get the podcast episode pulled off of Apple, we can't have audio in the show. Again, don't ask me how the dudes on YouTube get away with it. I've not done enough homework to understand why, but they're getting away with it somehow. I don't.
You haven't sold your soul to Satan, Tom.
Well, I mean,
you got to put that on the list.
I've made it known I'm on the market. I've made it known for a long time. I'm ready to sell out. I've been itching to sell out for a long time.
All right.
So I'm going to go down the crossroads. We'll make it happen.
So wait, because you had audio issues, did you have to stop, or are you still at the same time stamp, or where you at?
I can get back to the same time stamp, but now I just got to figure out why this is not. I got no audio happening at the moment. Oh, that could be it. It had fallen out of my ear. Let's try this. Uh-oh. We're all good. Yes. So instead of going down the crossroads with a guitar in my hand, I'll be going with a microphone. These old blues jokes do anything for you? All right. So here we go, kids. Tom Clark's 6M podcast is sponsored in part by Radius Law Group. Every day, Radius helps individuals, families, small businesses, and nonprofit organizations throughout North Carolina, Florida, and Pennsylvania resolve their legal issues by providing effective legal counsel in the areas of estate planning, as well as elder law and Medicaid. Radius Law holds the radical belief that working with a lawyer can indeed be enjoyable. So give them a call at 1-800-519-5667 for more information and tell them that Tom Clark's 6M podcast sent you. Here's the rules for the watch along for the movie commentary. Yes, we'll be much more entertaining than Mr. Chan and Mr. Tucker. Who are they again? These three guys. We got this. All right. You can turn the volume down your movie. Don't turn it down all the way, because if you do, you'll miss bullets and stuff. But you want to be able to hear a little bit of them and a whole lot of us, because again, we're awesome. So here's the deal. This is a free-flowing episode. There's three of us here. This is an hour and 37 minutes. If anyone's got to, take a break, popcorn, use the facilities, answer the door, make a phone call, you do what you got to do. For all of you listening right now, you cannot pause it ever. You have to go all the way through, period. You don't have to do that. You can stop if you want to, but just be sure you come back to it. So here, we're going to throw time cues out to you as we go, so everybody's on the same page here, folks. We are beginning this film at 26 seconds. It's available on the Netflix. So if you're not watching it there, if you are watching it there, I'll tell you where we are at. 26 seconds in, on the screen is black, and you'll see the words, a Brett Ratner film. This wasn't my call. Nathan suggested it, and I said, you know what? I'm all about controversy. Let's just do this. So yes, we're starting off with the words, a Brett Ratner film. And for all kinds of terrible reasons we maybe won't get into here. Maybe we will. I don't know. The night's young. We're not going to talk about it. We could, because the only really reputation this guy used to have was he was trying to kill the comic book films. He tried really hard, okay? But he couldn't do it. Then he did a lot of other stuff much worse than that.
He made the Tower Heist with Eddie Murphy and Ben Stiller as well.
He did. What'd you think about that movie?
All about that movie.
Yeah. We don't have enough time to talk about that movie. I remember not
we don't really need to talk about it. No, it's not a bad movie, but it's not a very good movie either.
Yeah. That's not much of a temperature gauge on when to watch something. Well, I mean, we've seen worse. Let's just go ahead and watch it. All right. But this one's got much better reviews, kids, and made a butt ton of money. Whole bunches of money. We're going to get into trivia as we go. We'll talk about stuff. Probably laugh a time or two, and we'll get into it. So 26 seconds is your mark. A Brett Ratner film on your screen. Don't blame me for that. I take no responsibility. And we're going to start. We're going to sync up. Everybody hit play, and not 1, 2, 3 play. Is it 1, 2, 3 go on play, or is it 1, 2, 3 play? Or is it 1, 2 go? All right. No one's going to play along. It's fine. 1, 2, 3, and then play. You ready? 1, 2, 3, play. All right. We hope everyone's going to hang on. We're going to give you timestamps as we go. That way, if you get behind, or even if you're not behind, you'll know where you are, and you'll be synced up with us. Rush Hour, the title just hit the screen for me.
What's your favorite part about Rush Hour, Phil?
So I asked this before I go any further in this movie. How do you guys feel about now? This movie was made in '98, and now in 2022, just the iconography around this movie, just the sound of the score, and how it is very much. They try to throw in the Chinese sounds for it. There's dragons all over everything. Even when you get the soundtrack for this thing, it has dragons all over it. I don't know how well that's aged.
It's fair. That's fair. Here will be maybe my off the cuff answer, because we talked about this off mic. Jackie Chan made a butt ton of money off this film. A lot of money above and beyond what he made for his salary. So was it Jackie's place to tell them this is weird? Was he okay with it? How much pull did he have? Maybe that's my non-answer, because I don't know the answers to those questions.
Have you ever seen a Shaw Brothers film, Tom? I mean, this is pretty tame compared to that.
Oh no, it is tame, but I do think like there's certain things when you watch it now, it's like, oh, okay.
The part that was actually kind of respectful, though, was both with a lot of these films in that genre, they don't, like, even Bruce Lee, he wasn't presented as a real person. He was presented as this caricature, and then there would be voiceovers like, "Hey, buddy," for his voice. That was actually something that I thought was kind of interesting about this film, and I was doing some research about it. It's the first film where Jackie can actually speak in his own voice without any type of an overdub that was released in U.S. markets.
Nice.
So, and it definitely has some of that fetishization, let's say, but he at least gets to present himself, and I think it doesn't portray him in a caricaturish way. He's not just martial arts; he's something else. There's
That's
an
fair.
character
I
there.
think the thing that I enjoyed about it at the time, and the thing that also kind of feels dated, is that kind of the culture clash between Black people and Asians. And there's kind of this thing where it's like, hey, I'm Black and you're Asian, we're friends. Isn't that weird? And it's like, no, it's kind of not. Like, have an Asian friend. and I think it's like I said, it creates some funny moments, but at the time now, like when I look at it as an adult, and it's like, yeah, that kind of isn't as bizarre as you would think. Like,
I'm anxious to see how I feel about this as we go, because again, it's been forever since I've seen it. There's one scene in this film, I don't know where it happens, but the trivia on is that Jackie Chan was nearly killed, probably as he was in every movie he's ever made, but that there are 2 crates, and I don't think that was the scene, but there's 2 steel boxes that if he hadn't moved his head at the last second, it would have killed him on impact. I don't think that was the scene. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I know which scene you're talking about. Yeah, it was nearly killed him for sure. I'm just glad that the blacks and the Asians worked out whatever differences they have, because like there's some beautiful Blasian women out there.
Did you say Blasian?
Yeah,
is that a word?
That is a Tiger Woods. That is a Tiger Woods term. You never seen those text messages where he was saying he's Blasian?
Blasian.
Yeah,
so
we
we're
won't
at
get into those text messages. I don't think those are podcast friendly.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're at the great big dinner table. Never seen a dinner table this nice in my life. They were just talking about Juntao, who if I remember correctly, is the heavy of this film, and it ends up being someone maybe on screen. Spoiler alert: Tom Wilkinson. Tom Wilkinson's fantastic. Done so much great stuff in his career, man. Tom Wilkinson was in The Dark Knight. Or Batman Begins. Yeah.
He's in one of those Nolan Batman movies.
Look at this dinner table, man. This is... Nathan, you ever sat at a table this nice? I'll bet you have.
I don't know if I've ever sat at a table that nice without any food on it.
I've never sat at a table that nice. I've never seen a table.
Well, Hong Kong didn't make it forever, did it, guys?
Not quite.
I mean, it's still around, but it's not independent anymore.
I love this kid. This is such good casting, this kid. Look at that punch. And Chan told you better hit me. You better hit me for real. It's good.
It'd be interesting to see what happened to her. Is somebody look her up on IMDb and see if she's still acting?
I believe there is a video somewhere of her on TikTok singing Fantasy just like she was in the car scene.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I have to see that.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere.
Julia Husso is as Su Young Han. She is also a martial arts student of Jet Li. Or Jet Li, is that right?
Jet Li, yeah.
Maybe Lee they're talking about in the movie. This is great. The first appearance of Chris Tucker on screen. I love Tucker. He starts talking, he's hilarious.
So,
Chris Penn, I submit the better of the Penn brothers. Can we be honest?
What was the list, Tom? It was which Marlon Wayans, or which one of the Wayans brothers was it had this first?
They offered it to Eddie Murphy, and he turned it down. And they offered it to who else? They offered Martin Lawrence, and they offered it to who else did we say?
I thought they said like Dave Chappelle had.
Dave Chappelle, yeah.
Considered this, or been considered for the role at least.
That makes sense. There was a streak where Martin was doing a lot of cop movies.
Yeah.
I think Damon Wayans would have actually done really well in this role too. But
I agree, but
I don't know if they would. I don't know if he had the same chemistry with Jackie that Chris Tucker did.
The Wayans brothers are just way underrated.
They are.
He's just playing.
Yeah,
he's just playing.
The part that's hard for me to understand about casting on this was how Chris Farley could have played Jackie Chan's role.
I know. Jeez.
That
was the original
doesn't make
plan.
any sense.
Yeah. That was the plan?
Yeah.
Farley and Martin Lawrence.
Farley killed himself, basically with drugs.
Okay. That means they must have changed everything about this movie before.
Yeah, they recast because from what I understand, the director was a big fan of Jackie Chan's Hong Kong films and martial arts films, and wanted to bring him in after Chris Farley died.
Tucker trying to keep.
When I watch this now, I think it's funny. By the way, that Chris Tucker is the cop in this situation. He's undercover, and he just lets 2 cops get shot
because he can't break his cover. He can't break his cover. It's important, Phil.
Also love that blade leather jacket, you know.
Oh, well, I'll never be cool enough to be able to rock that ever.
No.
They'll see me coming, they'll think I'm a Nazi or something. They'll say, take the freaking thing off. I can't pull off cool clothes, man. I wish I could. I wear all black all the time, but it's never anything that made me look like an awesome undercover
Just
cop.
shooting at a car full of C4. Why not?
Oh my God.
What could go wrong? This could go wrong. Oh, wait for the Michael Jackson. I do remember this. I love how he's clear of the car and basically unharmed.
I love the quote he says about Michael Jackson calling him after he saw it. He was like, Chris, you are embarrassing me. You're kicking with the wrong foot. What are you doing?
Ah! I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah, Chris Tucker, not only really close friends with Michael Jackson, but a major defender of him as well.
Yeah, no, they were close friends for sure.
Z Ma, and I hope I'm not mispronouncing his name, plays her dad. We've seen him in everything. This guy's acted forever, I think. He's been in a lot of stuff. Shout out to him.
He's been in every Jet Li film ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of Jet Li movies. He is. I want to say that he is a villain in one of them. I am drawing a blank on which one.
I'd forgotten.
He's in Fearless. He's in a bunch of them.
So funny. The guy in the passenger seat's the best. That look, like, oh God. I've seen this movie a lot, actually, but I haven't seen it in a long time. We know where that cop came from, kids. He may be a bad guy. Yup. Enter the villain. No problem. This guy's
and for a while too, if you bleached your hair, you were a villain in films. That was like 97 through 99.
That's very, very true. I can't argue that
at
all.
That platinum blonde. Yeah.
Ken Leung is his name.
Oh, she lost her tie.
Yep.
And now she has a tie on again.
Ken Leung is Sang, Juntao's second in command, for those of you taking notes. Run, kid, run!
The tie glitched out there for
Holy
a scene.
Lord.
This is a very intricate kidnapping scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why you got to give your kids guns. Because, if she was armed there, she could have put 3 in the guy and none of this would have happened.
Right. Oh, good kick. Like a big droid on that dolly they just took by. Something out of Star Wars. The guy in the red tie been a cop a lot.
Yes.
A lot. Mark Rolston and Rex Lynn. Rex Lynn was the gentleman in the red tie. Yes. He's always a cop. The FBI would never screw anything up. We're good. We got this. What are you worried about? Don't worry about that.
Look at her track record. You have plenty to worry about.
Listen here, Asian dude. We got this. That's what it kind of feels like. You know what I mean? I assure you, sir. We're white cops. We don't make mistakes. I'm sorry. I can't picture anybody but Tucker doing this. I just can't.
No.
And maybe it would have still been a great movie had Damon done it. I don't know. But like,
he's just got this spastic energy that makes it work.
Yeah, scat. Yeah. He's all over the place. He's chaotic. Yeah. Elizabeth Pena, who's great in this, by the way, really good. She's a great foil to him.
Man, that's a trope.
Yeah,
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. They use that bite in the trailer too. I ain't never gonna have a partner.
RoboCop even.
RoboCop. RoboCop had.
They're never gonna have a partner.
What was the partner in RoboCop? Can't remember her name. Can't remember.
It's kind of like a
Throwaway
gender
name.
neutral name. I can't remember the name of it.
I don't remember. The blonde. What is her name?
Yeah. Hey, RoboCop would be a good one to do sometime. The original is pretty good.
Yeah, it's. I remember part 2 directed by Frank Miller, which is interesting. I think he directed it. He at least wrote it. I'm a big Frank Miller guy, but man, that movie's rough.
His writing style, yeah. Frank Miller is a very interesting case study.
Yeah. Did you see the new RoboCop, by the way?
The newer
the consulate
one where
is Wayne Manor, right?
Are you talking about the reboot with the black suit and everything?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that. It wasn't bad, but
yeah,
it wasn't bad, but it wasn't. It missed what made the original movies good.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think the thing
hit him
is,
again
the
with that
original
trivia,
movies
Nate, which you just said. Hit him with that trivia again about the consulate. You just said it.
Oh yeah, I think the consulate building is actually the Wayne Manor location from the 1960 series.
Hard to believe that building's still standing.
Yeah, probably.
This guy, if I remember correctly, is the chief in a Martin movie where he is a cop as well.
I think you're right. He is Philip Baker Hall. Captain Bill. Ain't nobody died.
Almost lost a pinky.
We still got a little bit left. I know this isn't going where he wants it to go, but I can't remember where it's going.
All of that sounds like lies in retrospect.
Yeah, he was channeling his best Leslie Nielsen there.
He's gonna make you mayor. So I would rather you didn't. Look at that car. Shut up. Pretty. It's pretty. Oh my God, it's so
But
good.
even all of the music cues when he's on scene are just so 90s. Just
generic. It's yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. It almost feels like 80s music sometimes.
It feels like 90s sitcom music. To another 90s fashion thing. A lot of black actors for some reason had all of these long suits with 3 or 4 buttons on it. Why you need that many buttons? Get a nice 1 or 2 button suit, man.
It's almost like a zoot suit.
Super wide lapel. Yeah.
God. Carter was sitting down there to babysit. Keep him out of the way. Chungking Cop. Okay,
See?
that doesn't age well.
Yeah, that's the first red flag here.
Yeah. Dang it, Phil, you ruined this movie for me. You could have just let me find out. There's so many scenes in this movie that are so famous. Like what's coming up when he's yelling at him, basically. There's this idea that if someone doesn't speak your language, as long as you talk real slow and yell, they'll get it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, everything about it. His assumption that he doesn't speak English is just so like, yeah, all of that is a little dated now.
Did you hear the cymbal when he got off the plane? Come on, man.
Yes. The gong.
Hey, this is a big 90s thing too. The black on black suit with the red tie.
I kind of dig it. I'm sorry. I love
this look.
Oh, I'd wear it all day.
That was a Hitman. Remember the Hitman video games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the iconic line from this. Do you understand the words that are coming out my mouth?
The way he smiles at him, like, oh, I know what I'm dealing with here. This guy's a jerk. Okay.
It's the rice-a-roni.
It's like the opposite of what happens at nail salons,
And rice-a-roni is not really an insult. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Because like rice-a-roni's a San Francisco treat. It's not exact. You see what I'm saying? I get the joke. I'm sorry, that's funny.
No. You put your own shit.
See, if I just yell at him, he can understand English. If I just yell. That's how we roll. We'll just yell at you. He must be laughing at him.
So what's that phone? Nextel i530?
Flip phone, buddy. I miss
the brick
phones.
flip.
I miss flip phone.
Oh, that's not a Nextel.
No, this is early. This is late 90s. That's too early for Nextel.
I had a Nextel in late 90s.
No.
I had a bag phone, so both of you shut up.
I missed Direct Connect. That was the shit.
I had a bag phone with a cord on the receiver. You plugged it into your car cigarette lighter. You carry it around like a briefcase.
What were you doing with a bag phone?
Because I just really wanted to have a cell phone. It's the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Oh, my God.
Then I got my first phone bill, and I said, oh, God, I'll never do this again. Because they charged by like the second at that time. By the nanosecond. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember when it was, they had a connection fee, and then they charged by the second.
Yeah, it's like dial-up internet. You know what I mean? Back in the day. Just like home. Ever been to China? I bet you look like this, don't it?
John Wayne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of very dated jokes here. That you might see one of your cousins.
I know this guy, but I don't know his name. I know him from other stuff too. John Hawkes. Nominated for an Academy Award? Not for this film. And of course, the first guy with dark hair assumes it's Lee.
Yeah, because of course the running gag throughout the Rush Hour franchise is that all Asians look alike.
Yep.
Probably not the best idea to make that a running gag in a franchise in 2022.
I would say no. This Tucker got some amazing cardio. This guy Carter works out. I'm just telling you.
He's picking up his knees well.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know if you guys have ever been to LA. You've been to like the Walk of Fame. It's definitely like that with a bunch of people like standing around with cameras. It's exactly like that.
Right, and he's got to pose for the pictures. It's great. And then Chan, because it's Chan, does this.
They all have the Hollywood tour hats on.
Of course.
That is one of those things that
stunts.
That's one of those things that I love about tourists from outside of the country. They buy fully into all of the tourist stuff. They will go and buy all of the cheesy tourist stuff. They go to all of the tourist traps. And I think that as Americans, we're too cynical for some of those things. Like it's like I've seen that before. I don't need to enjoy this as a tourist.
Yeah.
Like I'm just here.
It's like, what's the old joke that there's plenty of people who are born and raised in New York City but have never been to the Statue of Liberty, have never been to the Empire State Building? Because they live there. They don't care. They just live there.
Yeah, the cobbler's son has no shoes.
Well put. Yeah. This movie just keeps going.
This is one of those tropes from action movies / cop movies that everybody can ride a motorcycle. I don't care who you are, you can ride a motorcycle.
Yeah. Oh, good call. Yeah.
Everybody can ride a motorcycle well.
We are not having a lot of gun safety tips here on the movie. People putting their finger in the trigger.
Oh. The cab driver's got a gun
in that way.
Mexican standoff. Gone.
Wow.
When I heard the gone, I want to start saying, "Get down, get down." I just wanted to start singing. Nobody? All right, just me.
Jungle Boogie, man.
I'm just saying. It's the first thing I thought of was Jungle Boogie. Chan had the best lines in this movie, really, if you think about it. Really good lines. I'll kick you. That's good stuff.
This is the United States of James Carter.
I'm Michael Jackson, you Tito. The girl don't like you. Beach Boys. Boy, I love that.
Remember that Prince song, Don't You Ever Touch My Radio?
Yes. Yes. I've done that stupid head move just to get a laugh many times. I'm sure I've never looked at I've never looked
that
at
era.
song?
Chris Tucker was everywhere. Everybody wanted to repeat his lines and dance like him.
We definitely got to watch the outtakes of this because the outtakes are prime. They're just so good to this movie. Oh, Lord, here we go. I forgot this bit.
It's a sick of weed.
Sick of weed.
Puts it in his pocket. Doesn't extinguish it. Puts it in his pocket.
Check that, baby. Yo.
Now that's
classic
the
character actor. Clifton Powell. Classic.
Clifton Powell.
Character
played Jeff Brown in Ray. He's so good. He's so good. That's the suit.
All red suit.
Don't act like you know me. Did you see this bit coming when you first saw this movie? I don't know if I saw this coming.
So I'm going to point something out. And again, it goes with this whole clash of black people and Asians is that if you look at most of the bad guys in the movie and people that are like nefarious guys, there's always red in their clothing, right? Why is Jackie Chan, the good guy, has a little bit of red in his suit? Even though, and I think it's just this idea that Chris Tucker doesn't know if he wants to trust him right away.
That's good. Wait. I can put out Bootsy in this. I love that line. I love that line. Oh, the scene. Yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah. Oof. What did you just say? Jackie Chan's can't catch a break. Can't catch a break. The stool. Oh! All right, kids. Jackie Chan just got thrown across the first pool table into the second pool table. Big dude coming at him. Got him down on the ground to test his strength. There's your marker, folks. And now it's a melee.
This is one of the scenes that was reshot for the after the movie was over because they screen tested it and they wanted to have more Jackie Chan action, so they ended up cutting this and doing some more scenes and interlacing more action into the scene.
Nice. Can't get enough Jackie Chan doing fight scenes. Oh, that light.
Yeah. Phil, have you ever seen any of his old stuff, like
Yeah,
Drunken Master or any of those films?
yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
he's amazing.
Yeah, legend.
Pull sticks. See, I don't want trouble. He said it's bad for you. That's great. Ron bought this suit. It's my favorite suit.
Happy Meal ass.
Yeah, brush your teeth.
Cup of noodles.
Watch the noise he's gonna make when he handcuffs him.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I mean, if that's
Yeah,
the least of it, it's okay.
No,
That's the
look,
least
it's just
of it.
stuff that I noticed when I got older. Like, oh, why is this in this movie?
And he took the wheel.
Took the whole steering wheel off.
That requires some skill, I would imagine. How easy is it to take the wheel off of a Corvette?
It's bolted on, so I mean you have to remove 5 bolts.
You probably don't want to. Oh, that
Yeah,
kick.
why did they just automatically assume that he was a bad guy? Again, it's just this weird, like, foreignist stuff that they did with him in this movie. That when you really think about it, it's like, why? I always thought this was cool when I was a kid. How he took the gun apart
Took the
with
gun
just
apart,
like
yeah.
one motion.
Jackie
Or
Chan
how
never
he
met a wall
hopped
he
this
couldn't scale.
hopped this wall with like 2 moves.
Love it.
Why did they need all of these men with
That's
like
definitely
shotguns
filmed
for
at a
one
different
man?
time of the day.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a stately Wayne Manor. I just want the bat poles. I want them to slide down the bat poles. That's what I want. So I'm here for it. And the guy that don't want helping him takes out all these FBI guys with no sweat. But they don't want him helping. That's what cracks me up. Takes them all down. All of them. Huh.
Still has the steering wheel. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Getting his car towed there to the house.
By Tom Jones. When I get in here, I'm slapping somebody. I don't play that. I am not Carl Lewis. Not Carl Lewis. Oh my God. Talk about a dated reference. I'm sure a lot of kids today are like, who's Carl Lewis?
Exactly. Oh, now they're playing out like it was their idea. Of course.
Wow.
You want to speak to me in private?
Just happens to answer the phone when the kidnappers are
Of
calling.
course. Saying the villain on the phone, kids. I forgot the Chelsea Clinton line. Ooh.
So one of the interesting things about this is that if you actually calculate 50 million in the denominations that they had stated, it'd be 2.4 tons of cash.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah. 96 cubic feet, 2.6 tons of cash.
Remember a dodgeball when what's the character's name? Was it Goodman? What's his name? And he says, "I bet you've never seen $1
White
million."
Goodman?
Yeah, and he opens the briefcase and it's one stack of bills. It's good.
Yeah.
I've seen $1 million of hundreds before in person,
Are you
based
serious?
on a real estate transaction, and it's a lot. I mean, it's big duffel bag full.
Wow. Went to hide.
It goes and stands by a light post.
Okay, listen. The cops they kind of suck. I kind of think he had a point there. He says it
Why are they
compromises your
treating
judgment.
Jackie like he's the bad guy just because he's Asian?
No, I don't know about it being a bad guy, but I'm not saying I see, but I kind of, I'm saying
Well,
of
he
all
keeps
the
saying
crazy
like
dialogue
he's
that's come out of
he's
that cops.
compromised, like he's in on it.
Yeah.
Like he's not in.
Oh, well, see, I didn't take it that way.
You compromise like you're rushing into a situation, or either you're in on it, or you're not going to be able to competently look at this thing because you're emotionally compromised.
That's how I was looked. I thought that's what he meant by that he couldn't emotionally remove himself from it. Oh, I forgot this. He tried to tell him, didn't he?
Yeah. Juntao.
Man, King Jong, by the way, this guy's aged pretty well. Should be so lucky. Then again, I don't know how young he was in this film either. He looks very young in this film.
Who'd you say it was?
Ken Jeong.
Really?
I think it's not that Ken Jeong. No, not the funny Ken Jeong.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Ken
I was
Leung.
going to say that blew my damn mind.
Ken Leung. Apologies, Ken Leung. But yeah, he's aged quite well actually. Should be so lucky. I love that Chan's tie is still perfect and still tied and still in a great knot. Awesome. Shirt's still tucked in, I'll have you know. Suit's not scuffed. Shoes are impeccable. Just saying. I hate Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There's another
Carl
reference.
Lewis, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Who else?
Yeah, that is another running gag from the Rush Hour franchise of Jackie doing these amazing things, and then him just like going, "Come on, do it with me, Chris Tucker." And he's looking like, "No, I can't do that."
I ain't Hulk Hogan or whatever. Yeah, it's all the time. It's always something. I love how candy glass is so fun, the way it shatters.
Yeah.
Like, you ever seen someone try to bust the windshield of a car? It takes like 9 tries. And like, but in these movies, windows just smash like they're paper. It's like paper mache. It's great.
Yeah.
Plus, that type of window would be tempered anyway, so it wouldn't.
Well, that's good.
It wouldn't break.
I don't remember when. I've seen this movie so many times, but I saw it one time and I was like, wait, where did this guy come from with an axe? Like, why an axe of all things? Like, why didn't he have a gun?
Why didn't he have a gun? I try to tell. No one ever listens to Lee. Ever.
This is another running gag from Rush Hour of him telling him, no, wait there, and him coming in and them falling through something.
Yeah, you know, it reminds me of, Nate, we did the Hangover trilogy on the 6M. And yeah, dude, 1 is great. 2 is a carbon copy of part 1. And part 3 is not great, but it's so much better than part 2 because they didn't do a total ripoff of part 1. I told you to stop. I don't understand what you'd be saying.
Yeah, again, running gag. Rush Hour 2 of him having a bomb taped to his mouth. He's like, why you didn't tell me it was a bomb? I did. He was like, no, you didn't. What'd you say? I said,
Yes. Back on the bed, huh? She kind of had it coming from making fun of him on the phone. Saying,
why is he walking in there with that big glass like the bomb didn't already blow up?
That was a pretty shockingly accurate assessment for not really seeing it at all.
Yes.
almost
Nope.
like My Cousin Vinny, where they got the expert witness.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
That's one of the more accurate legal films ever made.
Really?
Yeah.
In terms of court procedure, absolutely 100% accurate. We watch it in law school.
I've heard that more than once that people watch it at law school.
They gave you the bigger
Splitting it
half.
with you. There's another funny thing to think about now because none of that is legal now. You could just buy legal weed.
Yep. Is Chris Penn still with us? I don't think
know.
he is. No one knows. I'm going to find out. No, he passed away. Passed away in 06.
Oh no.
Yeah, 06. He knows what it is. I'll give you all you want. Nice.
So in the police investigation, they need to bring like a little Olin Mills photo.
Yes.
That'll do it.
It cinched it.
It'd get anybody to break.
The bad guys are in a Chinese restaurant.
To be fair, they're in Chinatown.
But I mean, it's just like it's a Chinese bad guy, but he's in a Chinese restaurant. It's just so. When you really think about it, it's like, why did they choose to do?
We think he's a
things
Chinese
like
guy. We think
That's like every Italian mob family is in a, Italian restaurant too.
Yeah. We got time for a 20-minute round on Martin Scorsese films because I got all day. I won't.
Scorsese.
I'll save
Scorsese's a little overrated, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Does it? Thank you. I don't say
I mean, Casino is one of the greatest movies
Goodfellas
of all time.
is like hell of a movie, but other than that,
Nah, Casino is one of the greatest movies of all time.
okay. I can do that.
I mean, he has other examples. Like some things I don't like all of his movies, but he has great movies.
We got to acknowledge Jackie Chan singing "War" by Edwin Starr. Yeah, about no war.
Remember that the American Idol contestant, something hung. He don't like the she bangs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good God, you all. Come on, Jackie. No rhythm.
No rhythm. For this guy to be as coordinated as he is on his feet, he can't dance. Because eventually the cops have to get along. They don't get along to begin with, and now they get along. They're even dancing down the street. Oh. I mean, that's a legit technique. Right.
Another 90s movie kind of standby is the montage.
Of course. Montage. Get a montage.
And for people who've never seen one of those before, that's a cordless phone.
Mm. How many people do you think actually have a house phone in their house at this point?
That's a good question.
Oh, it's way less than 20% of Americans. Way less. It converted quick too. It was like over a 10-year period.
We held on for a long time. We really did hold on for a long time. And then it got to be, why are we still paying this phone bill again?
I love that he's like, this is greasy, and he asks for all greasy options. I mean, even that was kind of racist. The Chinese food, no soul food. Like, what?
What you got me eating? Is it bad of me to say this makes me want Chinese food? Am I part of the problem if I say that out loud?
No, Chinese food is great.
Tom, if that like was tempting to you to eat Chinese food, then I don't even know what to say.
It doesn't take much to tempt me to eat Chinese food. I love me some Chinese food. So we looked up notes on this, and Tucker helped him through a lot of the dialogue, and apparently Tucker riffed and they just went with the scenes, and he just said whatever came to him.
Just ad-libbed every damn scene.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm not 6'1". He got some. You gonna give me some gas, buddy? I love that line. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
You didn't help them at all.
God, shows you how bad inflation was. They're advertising a meal for $3.95.
Yikes. I'll take it.
Okay. Remember when Taco Bell used to have tacos for 29 cents?
Oh my God, no. I
Those
don't
were the
remember that.
days.
I
Oh,
do.
yeah,
older than you
29
are.
cents, then 39 cents for a Supreme.
I remember vending machines, like soda vending machines were 35. I remember 25 cent. I do remember 25-cent vending machines. Of course, I remember 25-cent comic books. Because I remember when
I
they
don't
went to
remember that
35 cent, me and all my friends had a conniption because we're like, 35 cent for a comic book? Enter the villain, the heavy revealed.
Dun dun dun.
Yes. He may smile a smile, but be a villain. I'm saying.
Dun dun dun. The first time in the franchise that they fooled you by thinking it was an Asian organization, and it turned out that it was a white guy at the head of it.
I forgot they drug him. I totally forgot this bit.
There you go again. Red is bad guys. Dun dun dun.
He knew the symbol.
Hmm.
Juntao will see you, kids. Here's your marker. Tucker is getting up from the table, heading upstairs to meet Juntao in what will sure to be a trap. It's a trap! I'm saying. I would count how many times that she was called the little girl in this movie. A couple dozen, few dozen. I don't care about him. I don't care about you. I care about the little girl.
If he would have walked in there a second earlier, he would have saw. Dun dun dun. He was childish.
Oh, it's coming back to me now.
Oh, my God.
He could probably just shoot somebody.
Which one of y'all kicked me? Me. I think the first time I saw this, I died laughing at that of him
So
saying,
good.
"Which one of y'all kicked me?" Like nobody was going to admit to it, and the guy just goes like, "Yeah, me." Let's pray about this.
What do we think about the line that he gives him when he gets killed? Because I think it's pretty horrible. As one-liners
Oh.
go to a villain, it's pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
Remember it?
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan of the line. I didn't think it was very inventive.
When we get to it, it's funny because it's a callback to this line of him saying, "Wipe yourself off, you're bleeding."
Yep. I like callbacks when they work. We recently did Face Off watch along. There's a lot of callbacks in that movie. A lot of interconnected
Go back
tissue.
with my color iconography. He dresses himself in red to go undercover to make him think that he's one of them.
Well
Red.
done.
Damn.
I'm telling you, man. Connect the dots over here.
I'm convinced.
Nice. Oh, to interconnect a little bit more too, in the face-off boat chase scene at the end of the film, one's in a white boat, one's in a red boat. White boat with
Yep.
red trim and a red boat with white trim. The boats are identical except the colors are reversed, and it's because one guy's one identity, one is the other. So not, but it has to be. It wasn't black; it was red. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's a common thing that they do in a lot of shows and movies that red is bad guys. They did it a lot in the Hawkeye show as well.
Now I'm gonna have to think back about that.
Yeah, when Kingpin first shows up and he's a bad guy, he's wearing a white suit with a red shirt.
Very true. I'm remembering him with the Hawaiian shirt. I'm hoping they take better care of him in the new Daredevil show because I did not much care for him in Hawkeye.
Yeah, I like that he was wearing the same suit from the cover, Family Ties. I think it's a comic.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
What'd you think about Daredevil and She-Hulk?
I'm torn. I'm torn on it because me and Phil talked about this. This is the Daredevil from the books. Maybe not today, but he's historically Matt Murdock's a ladies' man. He's a dog. Actually, he's always been a dog. That's how Brubaker wrote him, right? I mean, it's how he's always been portrayed. Yes. So that part I'm okay with, but I'm having to put the Netflix show in the back of my head and not think about it. Because if I think about it too much, it does ruin it a little bit for me. It doesn't destroy it.
You mean the Disney show or
the Netflix show? I'm having to put the Netflix Daredevil in the back of my head because it's hard.
It's no longer the Netflix show. Disney owns everything.
No, I know, but I'm saying I had to put that version in the corner and remind myself that version's gone. This is the new version because it has to be this version. It can't be insanely intense anymore. So, I mean, I'll live with it. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just two different things. It is. She-Hulk is like a sitcom, so he had to fit in that world. It'd been very weird if he shows up as this dark, serious character and nobody else in the show is like that.
And I love Charlie Cox. I'm a huge Charlie Cox fan. He's the best choice. Vincent D'Onofrio is the best choice. I love that they're both back.
Yeah, no spoilers for the last episode, but I love the way that they bring him back in for the last episode. It is hilarious to me.
It is.
Just the entire setup for it is really funny.
Can I get some co-counsel here?
Yeah.
I can tell you, within the legal community, we have accepted her. She is our
really.
She is our superhero.
Awesome.
Yeah, because Matt Murdock's not a realistic attorney. She is. Subtitles would be great right about now.
Wait, you guys don't have subtitles?
I do.
I don't.
No, I have subtitles on HBO Max.
See if they're on, Nate, because I'm on Netflix and they're on for me. They should already be in the film.
My parents had them turned off. Wow.
I mean, this whole movie. Lee
How have
and
you been
Carter
watching this all this time without subtitles?
Yeah. Dude, Lee and Carter
the messed up part is I've been watching with closed captioning on, and it shows everything in English, but it doesn't show it in the subtitles.
Very odd. Lee and Carter got farther than the FBI did with 20 of them. Much farther. And now they're going to ship them off. Which is, yeah.
Are you surprised?
No, it's a movie. It is what it is.
Well, that's realistic, frankly.
I guess.
FBI is not what it used to be, Tom.
This is a room full of white FBI agents that are telling this black guy from Compton and this Asian guy that they're incompetent. We know everything.
It's fair.
I believe it.
Yes, I totally believe it. I mean, technically Carter is incompetent, but not in this case.
I mean, even a clock is right twice a day, right? So he'll get it right eventually. Or what's the joke? I killed it. I ruined it. A broken clock is right twice a day. I'll get there. I don't know. It's late. I'm tired. It's been a long day.
No, man. Sometimes the sun shines even on a dog's ass.
There you go. That's a good one.
White man can't jump reference.
That is.
Oh wow, betrayal.
Don't be at all disturbed that I'm here with no phone call, no email, nothing. I just showed up out of the blue. Don't question it. Are you on drugs?
So,
little girl.
I've been to people's houses in the 90s that have those same refrigerator magnets with the statue of David, where you could put the magnets over them and put clothes on them.
Yeah. And my sister had some of those.
Couldn't help himself, could he? He couldn't help himself.
Instant dial tone.
Never makes any sense to me. Like, obviously, I'm not a insane kidnapper, but why wouldn't you not let the kid for 30 seconds?
Oh man,
like
that brings back memories. The old United Airlines logo.
Tucker on the plane.
It's pre 9/11 too, when it was actually fun to fly.
Yeah.
New alternator.
New alternator on the plane.
I used to fly solo a lot between Texas and West Virginia, and when I was 11 or 12, they'd know if you were underage flying on the airline, and they'd typically let you sit up in the cockpit for some of the flight, and they had like a little booster seat up there. They'd show you the controls, and yeah, those days are gone.
Oh no, way gone.
No way.
Carter's backstory. First time we get it.
Trust issues.
No wonder he doesn't want a partner. See?
It makes total sense.
He's like, I was the most powerful. I mean, Juntao was the most powerful crime lord. What? I misspoke. I'm sorry. Yes, he took all I had. I mean, no, it was good job. Good job.
There's also kind of an archetype in a lot of these buddy cop films that the villain is always someone with either a British or a German accent.
There's something about the international flair of it. It's something about, I don't know. I don't know. I think an American villain's kind of boring because I think the accent denotes world traveled, which is probably ridiculous to even ever say Someone British could very well be raised in the States with British parents, and they speak, they sound British, right? But like, it gives an international. That's my assumption. That's how I've always, when I was a kid watching.
Like the ultimate American villain is the Joker. Just no plan, you just chaos, right?
Yeah.
like the classic British villain is going to have a plan.
Mastermind. He's a mastermind.
And tell you all about it as they try to kill you.
Yeah.
This is another very 90s black fashion thing of wearing a uncollared shirt with no tie. I had many suits at that time with just like that kind of shirt. It had no collar on it. It just had like that one like button in the middle.
Yeah, my brother did that for his wedding. I've got all of us in that. That was 94. And we looked hot.
So, like, does everyone in this room that knows him personally don't know his daughter's been kidnapped? I guess they had to keep it quiet, I'm assuming.
I suspect it's probably gotten around at this point. Oh, you know that everything's going to get damaged then.
And plus, he set it up to catch the vase and whatnot, and juggle priceless artifacts. Good call, Tucker. If anybody stays behind, they got something to lose. That's actually pretty good. I don't know that I would have thought of that. Clear the room. Whoever stays behind.
That's like his motive from the second movie where he's like, we know who's the bad guy. Follow the rich white guy.
Hey, rich white guy. You know how much money he made on the second film?
Yes.
We got $3 million on this one, $20 million on the second. No, $25 million on the second one, $35 on the third one.
That's why he stopped acting, because he made more money he had made in his entire career. And there are articles somewhere of Jackie Chan saying that between Rush Hour 2 and Rush Hour 3, he wanted to just get to work and making the third one, but Chris didn't want to do it. He didn't want to work anymore at that point. He had decided, like, titties, get them titties out of here.
I missed that part.
Really said that every time I see it.
There's your marker, kids.
Jutao. It was me. It was me all along.
Got the hood. Yeah. In a different world, in a different time zone, this dude plays William Regal in the WWE movie. I'm just saying. Know what I mean?
He's a man. Such a man.
Come on, man. I could see him hitting somebody with the Regalplex.
Well, not necessarily in the ring, but like, as the manager role, the GM, if you will. It worked.
Hey, got it.
Tell your friends about me. God, man, this is a good movie. I forgot. Oh my God, that scene of that kid strapping. Not for nothing. That's a pretty intense visual, dude. I didn't remember that.
This is what I mean. Like, there's so much stuff where times have changed. Like, kids and guns now, and kids in like armed situations now. Like, feels a little bit too close to real life in some situations.
I totally agree. Yeah. It's just a movie, but still, I think there's certain things you
Like there's some stuff that some movies would back away from doing for sensitivity reasons now.
yeah.
It's also how I notice now, like every time I see in older movies where you can see people just smoking in restaurants, you can't do that anymore. You can't just sit in a restaurant and smoke.
Yeah. I remember.
We got to remember too, like this is pre-Columbine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything about this pre-Columbine, pre-9/11.
It's just a different world.
Yeah, it's just a completely different world. Even some of the stuff with the weed jokes, like none of that stuff is a thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing's definitely for sure, that if you shoot an Uzi with one hand, you're not going to hit shit.
No,
that's yeah, good call.
Just spray and pray.
Won't do it now. That kid's great.
You heard it.
What she said. I think the bad guy wants to live. The bad guy is not suicide. The bad guy wants to live. Unless Nate, as you suggested, is the Joker, and even then, in some iterations of the Joker, he's begging for his life when Batman finally gets him. So the villain wants to live. Like the hero is willing to die to save others. The villain wants to walk away with his life, and that's why the hero. You could argue one is going to have the edge over the other, whatever happens.
Or the other classic 80s, 90s movie trope of, the thing that you practiced unsuccessfully, you've got to nail in prime time.
Very good.
Of course.
Ooh, man.
Just walks in and kills everybody. One shot?
That's the way to do it.
How much is in that one briefcase he made off with, you think? He only
briefcase
got one.
That size, you could get more than $50,000.
You seem to be a man that knows something about briefcases and amounts of money.
I'm just saying, like, if you're going to be transporting cash, that there's a reason that the Brinks truck drives around. Like,
that's a good point.
Cash is big.
Good point.
Takes up space.
As many times as I've seen this movie, I don't think I've ever thought about what is his actual plan here. His plan is to kidnap the girl and get money, but where did the bomb come into play? Why does there need to be a bomb?
And what was he going to do with the money? Did we get that bit? Do we know what he was going to do with the cash? It's just because they shut him down because he said that Lee cleaned out all of his operations, took all this. So he just wanted the money back. He wanted revenge, I guess.
Well, he wanted the artwork, right?
Yeah.
I know that ain't the bomb.
Take it over, Juta. And that's a very kung fu movie thing to do, is that when you come upon a scene, you stop and do a double take. Oh, like do a double take and give the guy time to get up and look at you.
Yeah,
very,
that is a very
cartoonish.
Like Jackie Chan kung fu movie, and there are bad guys. I have to stop and make sure that I alerted the bad guys, almost like a video game, to initiate the fights.
Yeah, yeah. And then saving the priceless, can I say vase? Or is it vase? I don't know. Priceless thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a vase.
It's a vase. It's a vase.
That's probably going to be my urn for my ashes if I keep eating this chocolate popcorn.
Is it chocolate popcorn you're having?
Oh, hell yeah. It's a moose track stuff with nuts and caramel and white chocolate and regular chocolate.
The chocolate popcorn. When butter and salt ain't enough.
I've always loved that him pushing the vase back and then just coming with both hands. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
I mean, how many rounds are in this Uzi too? Like
Yeah,
I think
does
there's
he
only
ever
like 20
reload?
rounds in an Uzi. I mean, we've gone through like 9,000 rounds at this point. I don't think I've seen Chris reload once.
No, but other cop action movie of it's serious when the cop takes off his jacket and he just has the white shirt with the holsters on it.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yep. Listen, if saving the little girl, if it meant climbing up there, she's dead. I'm not climbing up there. I got to think about heights. This movie's over. They're not pinning a medal on me. They're saying he ran from danger. I'm like, yep, sure did. I'm not climbing up there.
I don't think I'm running around this entire building with that bomb on either. I think I'm getting this bomb away from me. Why do you still have this bomb on?
Why do you still have the bomb on? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. It's not good, but it's funny.
Been looking for your sweet and sour chicken ass.
It's just a little mild racism in the hands of Chris Tucker. Is it racism? Can we just laugh a little bit? Is it okay?
That's a celebration of culture.
It's a celebration of culture.
That's what we'll say. Same time, I don't know you.
Yeah, I don't know you, man. Same time, I don't know you. That's from what's the movie he did with is it Charlie Sheen?
Money Talks.
Yeah.
Vic Damone.
Yep. I've used that line from that movie too. The one that goes, "I look good, don't I?" I've used that a lot actually.
Wipe yourself off, man. You're dead.
I'm not crazy about that. Well, I know it's a callback. I just don't think it's very clever. Anyone else?
Yeah, it's just with that era. Everybody had to have one-liners.
Remember that? What was the King of New York film with Fishburne, where he opens up the suitcase full of like tampons and like the guy just unloads a automatic machine gun in him. It's like, ha ha ha. It's a great film.
Look at this. Look at this. That's him because Jackie Chan's out of his mind.
Yeah, that's not something I would do.
No. Listen, the perspective of standing on the ledge or looking over a cliff and the camera shoots. I can't even watch it on TV. It turns my stomach. I turn my head away. That's no BS. I can't help. My son laughs at me. He's like, it's a TV show. I'm like,
my
yeah,
money!
but I can't look at it. Look at him. I gotta catch the money.
Money.
I must catch the money. Let me catch the money.
He is just like tugging on this vest that has bombs on it. I just no.
So all the cash is down there on the ground with the previous view. Now it's still falling.
And
still falling here. But now it's stationary.
I mean, he's much heavier than Chan. He's not going to make it.
He did. And maybe that's where I got it from.
Or, man, whoo. No, he's not going to be in Rush Hour 2.
Hold on for about an hour. I was just playing. I did remember that line. And of course, Chan's up on top of him.
Oh, that is super fake money.
Super fake.
Yeah, it's not even trying to look real.
They had a budget here. I mean, they had to pay these guys. Same. Usually we throw facts in about the film, but I just wanted to watch the movie. But it should be noted that they did this movie for around $33 million. It made $244.4 million. It made a little bit of money. Not for nothing, but Tucker never had a moment with the little girl at all, did he? I mean,
he did when he saved her from the van.
Well, okay, I guess that'll be the moment. Mm.
You could just graduate up from being a police officer to the FBI just like that.
All up in it. That's a very Eddie Murphy line. That's the way he delivered that, very Eddie Murphy.
Even the music cut afterwards, all very much like a Eddie Murphy movie.
Yeah. You can take this bag, dude.
Because I've been doing this color thing all movie. If you notice, Chris Tucker in this scene dresses more similar to Jackie at the beginning of the movie, and it's a blend between blue and red and purple to see that he now understands Jackie and he's more like him.
And meanwhile, Jackie's dressed very casually. There's a couple of moments in this film where you can tell Tucker's about to break, and that was one. When he's yelling for the stewardess. He almost broke. Great moments here, kids. Outtakes.
Oh, God.
Don't smile. That was the line.
Who do you think got Kelsey Grammer?
And he cracked up.
So just as an aside here, Jackie Chan was 43 when this movie came out.
Wow.
And Chris Tucker was 25.
Holy Lord.
That makes sense.
But, man, Jackie looks good for 43.
No kidding. They should have left that in the movie.
Show your ass.
Show me your...
wrong with you?
God. God. How'd they even get through this film? Honest to God.
Well, they about didn't. All right. So what are the odds that we get a Rush Hour 4?
I don't think that we will.
Yeah, I think there's just too many obstacles in the way.
Yeah. I don't think Rush Hour 3 was that great either.
No, it wasn't. Not in my opinion, it wasn't. 2 wasn't bad.
I mean,
2 was
Lethal Weapon 3 or 4 that good either?
2 was great.
Yeah, 2 was great, but I mean,
2 gave us many great moments. I feel like the outtakes in 2 are just like classic.
I was watching a movie with my wife a couple days ago, and we're like, I don't think Bruce Willis has made a good movie since Die Hard 2.
What?
Really?
There you go.
Think about
True
it.
Hill on the soundtrack. Cisco, ladies and gentlemen, flipping all over your living room.
Yep.
I love it.
This was pre-thong song, Cisco.
Man. What was the show he had on MTV? It was like Cisco's Shake Off or something like that.
What? I don't know this show.
No, it was like, I think it was Cisco Shakedown or something like that. But he would like show you how to do like dance moves, different music videos and stuff.
Wow.
That was like the summer TRL thing.
Yeah, I did not know this was a real thing. I took to calling Disco Inferno disco and spelling it like Cisco because somebody spelled it that way in our chats, and I didn't know that he actually spelled it that way when he was in TNA.
Ah.
Now, interesting. The Cisco's album for that the thong song was on, I forget what it was, like the Dragon Inside or something like that.
Unleash the Dragon.
Yeah, Unleash the Dragon. I've got that on vinyl.
Why
Wow.
do you have Unleash the Dragon on vinyl?
Yeah, I've got it on
Phil's
vinyl.
mind.
Unleash the Dragon on vinyl is hilarious.
I absolutely have that at my office. I'll be happy to shoot you a picture of that one tomorrow.
He'll do it in a heartbeat. Yeah, he's got a lot of vinyl.
No,
a lot of vinyl.
No, but again, this soundtrack was great. How Deep Is Your Love for Me was a huge record at the time.
And
97, my God. That was a good year for music.
Yeah, I can't remember a lot of that, honestly. 97's a blur.
97?
97's a blur.
Dude, that was like the height of hip hop.
Yeah, it's a blur.
97, yeah. What came out in 97? Because if you really track it, like
96. It wasn't
DMX
like
dropped in
Ready
97,
to Die.
right?
No, Ready to Die was 93, and then like what was Life After Death? Wasn't that like 96? I think it came out early, but like all the singles off of it were all 96, 97.
96. Because that was the year. Well, Jay-Z debuted in 96. That's when his first album came out. I believe Tupac died in 96 as well. So
Yeah,
that's
it
not
was
far
like
off from when
96.
Biggie died. So yeah, that'd be like 96, 97.
Yeah, but I mean that was like, I mean that was Murder Mace. Remember him? Like the guy that was supposed to fill Biggie's shoes.
Oh, Mace! Come on, man.
Well, he started off Murder Mace, and then it was just Mace.
He switched over to Shiny Suit Man with his
With
like
Puff.
fisheye lenses and him dancing with Puff. No, he was like the
Harlem
second
World was
biggest
a great
artist.
album.
Yeah, Harlem World is a great album. His first album.
Yeah. Now everything beyond that. It was like, what did Puffy say one time on the Breakfast Show? He was like, if you want to pray for something, pray for me to get some of my money back for that album really for advance I gave him.
I mean, Puff can say that lie, but he made more money off of Harlem World than he did off most of his of his albums. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, Mace is probably one of his most lucrative artists. In some ways, he's more lucrative than Biggie because he was there at the height of the success of Bad Boy.
Yeah,
I could never imagine a Mace concert because his tenor was so low. I imagine he screamed in concerts or no one would be able to hear him. How did that sound, I wonder? I've never seen him like in a live setting.
I've never seen him live. Yeah.
Come
Because
on,
it
man.
sounds
I
like
can't
he wouldn't be
mad
able to
if
get
you
his
look
voice
at
up
me.
there.
Because on the real, look at me. Classic.
That's like Chris Cornell. Chris Cornell sang down here. Like that was his pitch. So you see Chris Cornell in concert, whether it's Soundgarden or Audio Slave, and he's straining to get his voice up because he didn't sing that way normally on recording. So yeah.
What was it Puffy or I think it was Puffy that had the line. It was like young, black, and famous with money hanging out the anus.
Oh my God. That's very literal.
I love that one.
One of those Puff lines that I always think about is like his signature line that hasn't aged that well. It's like, don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks.
Yeah.
Remember that god-awful cover of Kashmir he did for the Godzilla movie?
Oh, God. Come with me. Oh,
and you
so
know what
horrible.
the worst part of that cover was? Here's the worst part, kids. Pull close if you don't know. He had no idea who Led Zeppelin was and had never heard the song. Now, look, I know we all got our tastes, but dude, when you get to that height of the music business, stop. Don't give me that before your time nonsense. That does not
like 19
work.
When he was an executive.
That does not work. It doesn't work. Phil will tell you it doesn't work. It don't work with you, dude. You like music that was way older than you are right now. I don't take that. If he should have known.
I don't think I knew Kashmir at the time. I knew it was a sample, but I didn't know what it was a sample of. I don't know if I was a Led Zeppelin fan at that time, but yeah, that was fair, an awful record. Jesus Christ.
And if you're him, maybe lie in the press. Just lie.
Yeah, he could have
he could have just said, "Yeah, I know him. I'm just not a huge fan." Yeah,
this is the king of sampling. Time,
true.
That was around the same time where he put out that Victory music video. Yeah, he's just like rapping as hard as he could possibly
in the rain.
In the rain. And then Buster one time said like he did the best he could do. He was like left him for it.
And he did that cover of Every Breath You Take, and like they had was the concert at MTV, and he came out dancing in the white suit, and I'm just
he's a good performer.
Yeah. And I saw several people. Who were the two guys they were interviewing? I was like, yeah, Puffy can't dance. I forget who they were talking to, but I'm like,
kind of hard, but you not around. Which is that song was used in Rush Hour 2.
Damn good for Billionaire.
What's that?
That song was used in Rush Hour 2. Right?
I didn't think he was. I'm not gonna say he was phoning it in. I don't know if he was phoning it in, but I think he could do just enough of a couple of different things. And then he had the record label and he had influence there. I just don't. Again,
great producer, great ear for music, great
I'll give you
for
that.
Talent.
I'll give you that.
I think the amount of people that he signed and he put on, the amount of songs that he's been a part of. I mean, just producing stuff like the Meth and Mary record, which is a classic record. Like he's been a part of some pretty huge hip hop things, but as an artist, not my cup of tea.
Nah, same. Yeah.
Great exec, great producer, but artist. I mean, I know he's had songs I like as an artist, but I think, when you have the resources to make yourself a Billboard hit, it's not too hard.
It's fair.
He's had a couple of, I think, extremely good tracks. Like the original, All About the Benjamins version with Locks, the ones that got edited.
Yeah,
had Little Kim on it. That's like a top 25.
What's
track.
The song where he moved in and it has Ben Stiller in the video, and he has like the garage band. I'm just thinking of it in my head because I'm thinking of Shaq in the video. Like he's got like every celebrity he can get in this video.
Was it Shake Your Tail Feather?
Bad Boys for Life. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, that one.
That's a good song.
That song just kind of sits there for me. It doesn't really go anywhere. I don't know. How'd this turn into
Been Around the World music video? I think was the best one they ever did.
Come on, in the desert. Great. Come on, in
the desert.
I love that one.
Him and Mace in the desert dancing is just come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on.
More Money for Problems has aged well because of the whole Tiger Woods thing. It's given like an additional level, but No, I mean, all of them are pretty good. Hell, that one video they did with Mariah Carey, the Honey video, was good.
Yeah, and that's a Mariah record, isn't it?
Yeah.
He did a reality show, short-lived reality show where he was trying to find new artists. Did you see that?
Making a Band.
Oh,
This is a classic.
God.
That is
That's what it
must-see
was,
television at one point. Making a Band.
And they, because there was different versions of the title of that show. His was season 2, I think, and they did 3 or 4 seasons, but with different creators, I guess. But there was a scene where these kids, I call them kids, they were kids to me or whatever, like they are now, but they got past the first round of cuts or whatever it was, and they're in this room celebrating as if they just won the lottery. And he's next door watching them like on a monitor, and he's losing his mind, telling his crew around him, they're acting like they made it. They haven't made it. What am I looking at? And he was so pissed off because they were acting like they got a record deal. And he stormed in there. It's like, no one got a record deal. Like he instantly deflated them. I mean, for some reason that sticks out in my head. I don't know why. I can't say that I watched every episode, but I watched a good bit of that.
No, there are so many things from that. Him making them walk to Brooklyn to get him cheesecake.
And Chappelle ripped that off.
What was the episode where he had like the catering trays, and he was walking through the house with the catering trays with stuffing?
Yes.
Wow. Oh my God, that was great.
Yeah, of course the Dave Chappelle episode, of course makes that even better. The Dylon presentation.
What was it he wanted? What was it he was asking to
Seriously
get him?
though,
was it breast
Cambodian
milk? Why do I
breast
want to
milk?
say it was? Yeah.
God.
God.
People that don't think that he has any substance or that he got lucky or whatever else. He did an interview with Donnie Deutsch back when Donnie Deutsch had his show on CNBC, and it's excellent. It's like 45 minutes, and it talks a lot about his college experience and what he learned and kind of his marketing principles and what he brought into being a record executive. He's a really sharp guy, really deep thinker, and doesn't
Very
really get credit
smart.
for it.
Very smart.
Oh yeah,
I
of
won't
course.
take anything
Puff.
away
That's
from
why I'm
him.
like Puff is a great executive, a great producer. You can throw a lot of criticisms about him, maybe as a person, and maybe some of the stuff he did with some of his artists. But no, when you're talking about when it's all said and done, the guy that's made hit records as a hip hop guy, no, he's going to go down as one of the best.
And clothing and alcohol and many ventures.
One of the best entrepreneurs in the history of hip hop.
And mogul.
Well, kids, there's the episode on Puff Daddy. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. I don't know what happened to us. We went off the rails with Puff.
Number one right now.
We went off the rails with Puff. I don't know what happened. So yeah, there we are, kids. There is Rush Hour. What's everybody's thoughts? By the way, the movie turned 25 this year. I'm nearly dead. It's almost over. Hey, I had a good run. Okay. Yeah, 25. Jesus H. Christ on a flying magic cracker. I don't get that. Anyway, I'm depressed now.
Yeah,
Such a
I think
fun
I
time,
was
and
10 years old when this movie came out.
Screw you, Phil. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't know what you're talking about. It's ridiculous. My God in heaven.
I think we're all like 9 years apart in age, which is kind of scary.
We are. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Well, now I'm ending this on a sour note, everybody. I just want to go, 25 years. Jeez. It's all right. I'm still here.
Don't look
still
a day
kicking.
over 80, Tom.
Still kicking. Thank you. I guess. But I'll take it. And, podcasting with friends is always fun. So there's a plus side. It's always good. Let's take this home. Nathan, give me your last word on Rush Hour.
It didn't really have a lot of traffic in it,
Why did we never talk about the name of the movie?
Yeah, other than the abduction, didn't really have much to do with rush hour traffic.
That's excellent, actually. What a great observation. At the end of the show, you hit me with, at the last word moment you hit this, you had 1 hour and 37 minutes to hit that.
I was prepping.
Anticipation.
This is my big finale other than Puff.
I'll tie this all together in an observation.
Hit me, Phil.
The rush hour. The rush hour moment is that he and Chris Tucker have the aha moment in rush hour when he finally realizes that Jackie can actually speak English. Gong.
Yeah.
No.
several different moments of aha. Yeah. Does this movie hold up for you guys? I mean, we pointed out a lot of stuff. Is it offensive enough where you couldn't watch it with a friend younger than you, or you'd be okay with it, or?
No, it's just one of those things that they don't make movies like this anymore, and in some ways for good reasons. But I don't think that there's anything so offensive here that is like, oh, this is a problematic movie that nobody should ever watch again. Like, I still think it's wildly entertaining. I still think this is probably a star-making moment for Chris Tucker. If you didn't see him in Money Talks or anything else, this is the movie that put him on the map.
For sure. I agree.
Absolutely.
Well, kids, there you have it. There is Rush Hour. I don't know if you're going to get other Rush Hours here on the 6M. Phil, don't you say a word. We weren't.
And Friday. How did I miss Friday? It's good.
Don't miss Friday. There was like 9 of those films. There was
Friday,
Friday,
next
next
of Chris
Friday.
Tucker movies that came before that you can consider his star-making movie. I guess Friday is like his breakout role, but I still think that this is the thing where he arrived. This movie made him a star.
This movie says leading man.
Yeah, this movie made him a star. Friday made him a meme.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, of course.
Very good. Very good. If I was young and virile, I would have had great lines, but as we all know, I'm old and on my way out. So that's how I'm into this show. Constantly reminded of how old I am.
I think there were several moments in this movie where we all were reminded, like, I'm old and none of this is allowed anymore. There's just certain things in this movie that you cannot do anymore.
Very, very true. Well, kids,
you
if
can't
we'll
just
never
show up at an airport and buy a ticket at the last minute and just hop on an airplane. Like, I'm heading to Hong Kong with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Out of the blue. Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, never happen again. Kids, we don't know if we'll get a sequel. We just kind of threw that out there. I don't know, but Face Off's getting a sequel in case no one knew that. I don't know how. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Never say never, kids. Anything could happen. But in the meantime,
not sure we need.
You're thinking about it now, aren't you? Huh?
Not sure we need one.
I'm thinking about Friday. Was that ever been done?
There's Friday, next Friday, Friday after next, 2 weeks from Friday.
Forget all the others. Like the original Friday is the one.
Oh. 3 weeks from Friday.
Amazing.
Almost next Friday. Friday again. Just about Friday.
Thank God. You're going to get fired on your day off.
Thank God it's Friday again. I can keep going. Yeah.
Oh God, Bernie Mac is like my favorite actor in the whole. Anything Bernie Mac's ever is my favorite, but like him as the pastor going to that lady's house.
He's hilarious. Are we gonna have to do Friday? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, we have to do Friday.
Oh, we're gonna have to do Friday. All right.
That movie's too good.
All right, we're gonna take this home now, officially.
All right.
Everyone, check the archives for Friday. It may be coming. You never can tell with the 6M. Sometimes we just decide stuff on the fly at the last second, as maybe we've done here today. Buckle up, kids. We'll see what happens. But for now, that is Rush Hour. Hey, thanks for listening to the show. Check out our social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at 6M Podcast. We'll see you next time.